Hi everybody, welcome to BK Forex Daily Technicals for 8/27/13. Dollar trouble. As always, trading foreign exchange on margin carries a high level of risk may not be suitable for investors. I ask you to read this disclaimer very carefully to understand all the risks of trading margin and seek advice from an independent financial advisor if you have any doubts. Well, we're definitely getting to a point here where the dollar is starting to weaken across the board. Although, taking a look at the euro first and foremost, we basically had an inside day today, which is typical with low volatility, low volume semi-holiday day here today. And really the big trade here in the euro is going to be either above through the 34s, and more importantly, really through the 34.50s. That's really the big end of the range, or the 33s to the downside. We have IFO in front of us in Germany tonight. That generally, at this point, is anticipated to be pretty good, so it could give us a little bit of a boost to the upside. And if it does generate a little bit of upside momentum, we have a chance at least to meet the 34.50 highs. And then if we can barrel through that, then you have a potential to really take out the 35s and possibly even the 36s on a swing high basis. So euro still looks mildly bid with a very, very decent upside bias here. As you can see, all the lows are higher lows for the time being, and as long as that remains in place, that's a relatively bullish construct. But still, this 34.50 overhang pretty much resists for the euro for the time being, and we need to take that out if we're going to have any further upside action on the euro side. Dollar yen, on the other hand, is showing a little bit of dollar weakness. Let's see if we can get the chart back in here. As you can see, the dollar is the third day in a row we're starting to just kind of sink to the downside. 98's definitely being pressed from the downside as I speak, as Nikkei is open for trade. Obviously taking a little bit of risk off trade over here. 99 failed to hold a couple of times, and the fact that we failed to hold over here could be, again, this is a very, very interesting position here, is just a series of lower highs matched by this lower high around 99, which would be a very negative construct and could push us right back towards 97 base, and then of course ultimately a 95 base. So that's a long way away from where we are today, but still the fact that we just cannot break 99 to the upside is not bode well for dollar yen, and could create further downside momentum. At least 98 gets given, we certainly have a chance to make 97.50 and possibly even 97 ahead of any of the event this week. So dollar definitely getting weak against the yen, marginally weak against the euro. On the pound is just kind of treading water right now. The pound is the weakest of all the major crosses, and definitely had a big flame out on a double top here at 57. It's kind of consolidating. Although the fact that the pound has found some support here, and the fact that 55 is holding, is mildly positive. Now again, we have a series of potentially higher lows here, as you can see, just over the last 2 days. And if we could burst back through 56s and possibly move towards the 56.50s, that would put us back on a more positive track. But still, this 57.50 is a very, very serious overhead. It's going to need some very big momentum for cable to really blow out through those numbers. Last but not least is Aussie, which just already at the start of Asian trade has had some weakness. The 90 got rejected here overnight, and now we tested below the 90 level. Now we're back into 89s. So when you're looking at the Aussie construct, it's just not looking nearly as good as the bulls had hoped. Basically, what you have is overhead resistance 93, now overhead resistance 92, and a slow but very, very definitive drift back towards the lows around 88.50. If you look at the crosses, the one interesting thing that could be potential here. Where is my Euro Aussie? Just looking for my Euro. Here's my Euro Aussie. The potential here is a retest back into the 50s, and possibly even if we have a strong IFO and a relatively weak Aussie, we could have a move here all the way out to 150, which would be a test of this high, and a move through 150 would be extraordinarily bullish. Generally, if you look at the Euro Aussie of all the crosses, this is a very, very bullish construct to the upside, with potential. Looks like now we're ready to barrel on through, at least through the 49s, which we're almost very there, but certainly towards the 150s if we get some very, very serious momentum on the euro dollar against the IFO tonight. So that's how the night shapes up. It's still a relatively quiet summer night, but as the week progresses, we have more and more data, so definitely worth watching, and certainly we're coming at these very key levels worth for everybody to keep an eye on. Wishing you the best of luck and the best of trading. This is Boris Lansberg for BK Forex over and out.